Throughout this semester in English 121, I have used my history as a Smash player as a topic throughout the semester in all of my writing assignments 1 through 5. And throughout all these assignments, I was looking back through my Smash career, and it was like looking through a time capsule of my life. I, as all of this was photographed and put in videos all over the internet as I became continuously better, so it's like like rewatching my whole life as I get older, I become more mature, to become more social, make friends. It also made me realize what I want out of my Smash career, which I will say at the end. It also made me think a lot about what I want the future to hold for me, what I think the future will hold for me. A lot of that has to do with Smash and with this writing class, because if I do well in this writing class, then it will reflect well for college, and I want to go to mines, so I'll need everything I can get. In the beginning of my Smash career, my first tournament for Super Smash Bros. Was in June of 2016. It was against Death Hands, who you can see here was this guy, and here's me when I was 12. This tournament was one day before my birthday, September 13th, so I was 12 here, and then the next day I was 13. And the tournament was at FGF, or For Glory Fridays. That was the name of the tournament. It was a weekly. It was hosted at GameWorks, which still is an establishment. It was an establishment where it's like a mini Blockbuster, and it was For Glory Fridays for Smash 4, which was the last Smash game in the Smash franchise for the Wii U. And I was very bad at the game. I did very poorly at tournaments. I also played Duck Hunt, who is not my main at all anymore. He was the character I played in Super Smash Bros. And at this tournament was when I started to meet people and started to make real friends at Smash tournaments. And then over time I started to get comfortable with the Colorado Smash community. And the picture to the right here is me versus Ice, who I was 13 here, and he was also 13, so I could actually be friends with him because everyone else in the Colorado Smash scene was 20 to 25 years old. Like the people on commentary here. This is Shu, who I know very well now. He's one of my friends, one of my closest friends. And this is Generic Rhyme, who is not active anymore, but I've met him a few times. And at this time, I was still consistently going 0-2, which means I would win 0 sets in the tournament and lose 2 sets. And if you lose 2 sets in a tournament, then you're out of the tournament. Which means I literally never won, which I was very bad. My first upset, which means a worse player beating a better player, was in 2018, fast forward 2 years. After this upset, I officially started to do well against the better players and become a mid-level player in Colorado. And this was mostly a feat because I was only 15 years old doing this. I was only 15 years old, and the person I beat was Reptile. That was his in-game tag, and he was number 9 in the Colorado PR. I beat a PR player when I was 15. And I can show you the video now.
Oh, not yet, almost. He's at 200%. So
10 seconds left, too.
What?
Yo, did you just see that? That was insane. He catches him off the ledge
Smurf.
with that meaty fart.
And yes, that move is actually a fart. It was a giant fart that I used to beat one of the best players in Colorado. That was another thing. The character I was playing, who was my main, Wario at the time, he was an extremely obscure character, so more people started to notice me because I was so young and because I was using such a strange character that no one ever played. And then, at the very end of Smash 4, before the new Smash game, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, came out, I placed very well, the best I'd ever placed at FGF, in 2018, September 27th, against Shu, who I would soon have one of the biggest, longest rivalries in Colorado history with. At this tournament, I lost him. At this time, Shu was very dominant. He was an extremely dominant number 1 in Colorado, while I didn't do well at anything. I wasn't in anything. and I placed 9th out of 57 out of this tournament, which is a new feat for me. I had never placed anything even close to that. And then in 2019, I started hanging out with my friends that I made in the Smash community, in this Colorado Smash community. This picture was taken on New Year's Day for 2019, and we were streaming us playing Smash. This is at my friend Eric's house. Everyone, the person to the left here, this is my friend Daniel. He's one of my best friends right now. I still know him. He is 19 in the picture, or he is 18 in the picture. Currently, he's 20. Yeah, he's 20 right now. And the person taking the picture is Eric, and then I'm over here. And yes, they're all my closest friends. They're much older than me. We were streaming. This is my first stream ever. It was on a pizza box on my laptop, and there was no camera. There was just a mic on the ground. At the beginning of Smash Ultimate, the first tournament for Smash Ultimate was the first tournament I attended for Smash Ultimate was February 1st, 2019, 2 months after the game came out. And it was me versus Skogus, who was one of my best friends right now too. This was also my first stream set of Ultimate, and at this tournament I placed extremely well. There were 96 players and I placed 7th, which was better than anything I had ever done in Smash ever. And it was notable because I was 15 and I beat very good players with Ganondorf and Donkey Kong, who were 2 of the worst characters in the game, and still are, and I made it that far. I also entered, as you can see here before my name, Smirk, you can see IU. That means Interstellar Union. It's the crew that my friends and I made months prior to this tournament. And then my first top 3 at Elite Smash Fridays or ESF was May 17th, 2019. I got 3rd at ESF, which was a huge deal, because before this, the same 8 people would make top 8 at every ESF, and I just ran in and made 3rd, which had never been seen before in all of Colorado Smash's history, and Colorado Smash has an extremely extensive history, all the way back to Melee in 2001. And I was 15. Yeah, I was 15, and I did it with my main at the time, Pokemon Trainer. And after this tournament, I began to consistently top 3 every ESF, almost every ESF after that, if not then top 5. And this was really when I started to take off in my Smash career and make a lot of money. And then, after that, in May 31st, 2019, this was easily my favorite Smash tournament of all time. It's definitely one of the highlights of my life. We drove all the way to Wisconsin in a van. It was a 12-hour drive. This picture is all of my friends here. We were in the hotel. We didn't do too well at the tournament. None of us were very good at the time. I did pretty bad too, but most of the fun was money matching people until 5 a.m. And also the person who took the picture here is Shu. And the microwave that I'm holding is from the day before this. Actually, I think this picture was taken right before we left. And the day before this, I was making like one of the cheap macaronis that you put in the microwave with water. I forgot to put the water in, and so it caught on fire in the microwave, and there was a giant plume of smoke in the hotel. And we had to like clean everything and make it not smell horrible. So for this picture, I decided to take the microwave out of the wall, and take a picture with it, just for the memory. And my second favorite tournament of all time was Revolt in Mexico. This was October 12th, 2019. This is my second favorite out-of-state Smash tournament, and I also my assignment 4 was on this tournament. Based on this tournament, my results and my time there. We also drove to New Mexico to do this. It was 8 hours. I think an 8-hour drive, something like that. I mained Ken. This was Ken is my current main, and this is right when I started playing Ken. This picture is taken at a Burger King in rural New Mexico, on the drive there from Colorado. This Burger King was in the middle of nowhere, and my mom actually drove us all for this one in a van that she rented, and we all paid for, including me. At the tournament, I placed ninth, which I was very disappointed in that placing. I was pretty upset on the way back in the 8-hour drive, but I did beat a player named Stronghold, who was number 3 in Mexico, and that was a really big deal. That was probably the biggest upset of that whole tournament. Then after I got back from that tournament, I started to do really well in Colorado. I was very dominant with Shu, who is this person, and this picture shows my dominance over Steam. I'm stepping on him, and me and Shu were very dominant in every tournament we attended. It was always him first, me second at every tournament ever, ESF, everything. And I did that with Ken. This was where I was probably so far in out of all my results, that was the peak where I would win everything if she wasn't there. We traded every time we play. We would trade sets mostly, but he would win probably like 60% of them. And for the 8 months that we were dominant like this, Shu took most of the sets. And also, Smash became my sole source of income. At ESF, the prize for second place was around $90, and the prize for first was $175 or $200. It depended on the amount of people that joined. But I was basically making as much money as a part-time job. Well, and the tournament only lasted like 3 hours, so it was definitely worth it. And I started becoming known all throughout the U.S. because of the age gap. I was 15 in this picture. I was 15 in this picture, and the person to the left here, he's actually a math teacher. She was a math teacher for middle school. He's 25, and then Steam, who got third at this tournament, he was 27, and I was beating them. They've been in the Smash community for like a decade, while I've only been at this time I was only in it for like 3 years. But I basically defined my whole existence on Smash, my placements, and because of that, my mindset was very bad. I became very depressed, even when I won sometimes, because I didn't feel like I truly won it. And whenever I lost, which, I mean, I had to lose against someone, because I never really won stuff, I top 3'd everything. Whenever I lost anything, I took it very hard, and I would basically become really sad until the next tournament that I attended to redeem myself, even though I would just do just as good at that tournament. It was a very rough time, but I made a lot of money. And then the PR videos. PR stands for Power Ranking. In Q3 of 2019, the Power Rankings are meant to... It's supposed to show the top 10 best players of an area, of a state usually, but sometimes of a region, like Lakewood or Denver. And this one is there are videos too. It's like a visual to show each player that's on the PR and show some highlights from their gameplay. And this one is Q3 of 2019. This is me.
It does actually. Sure you can? Yep, and that's gonna take the stock.
By any stretch of the word. Ooh,
Here we go.
Big combo.
What he needs. That's exactly.
No way. Did that just happen?
That was the first time I ever made PR. I was very happy with that placement. I was number 9. And then in Q4 of 2019 is when I made second on PR in Colorado, which is enormous. Unfortunately,
Oh, the shield break combo.
Yes.
Taunt, no. I wanted the taunt.
oh yes, sir. I forgot to, the person who makes these videos, his name is Forrest, and I forgot to message him all of the clips I wanted in the PR video, so he just used the same as last year. Or the the previous PR video, which is sad. And then after that, on December 6th, 2019, which in December was like when I was winning everything and I was doing super well. That was the peak of my Smash career in December of 2019. And that was also when I got sponsored with Armada. Armada is one of the biggest esports team in the world. Definitely like one of the biggest three in America. They're really big with Smash, but they're mostly big with League of Legends. But they had some of the best players in the world on their Smash team. I had to pay them 10% of every earning I made from any tournament, and I also had to sign a different contract for them because I was underage, which means I had to pay them 10%. They also made me a $75 jersey, as you can see to the left here. It's very nice. I still have it. They also paid for the entry fee to my out-of-state tournaments, which is like $90. And they occasionally sent me G Fuel and random Armada merch. And then I didn't renew my contract on August 25th because it was not worth it. They were taking 10% of all my earnings, and like I said, I made around $90 from every ESF, and I would go out of state probably once every 3 months, so they would basically be paying. They would basically just reimburse me with the money that I paid them through the $90 or $100 that I had to pay to enter any out-of-state tournaments. So it wasn't worth it. And the jersey was nice, but it wasn't worth it. They also sent me G Fuel, and G Fuel makes me happy, and doesn't make me feel good. It makes me stay up for like 3 days. So I didn't drink any of it. I still have like 3 buckets of G Fuel in the powder that I don't use and will probably never use. So yeah, I never renewed my contract. And then after that, after I didn't renew my contract, then the Corona era happened, which is obviously now, but it ended a few months ago. There were very little Smash tournaments going on, obviously. They were all capped to about 25 or 30 people. No more than that could enter. And I tried to go to as many events as I could because, like I said, this was my only income. This is the only money that I made. And there were very few good players that went to these tournaments, except me. And I was incredibly dominant at all these tournaments. And I surpassed Shu. I surpassed everyone in Colorado. I wasn't losing to anyone. I was barely losing any games even. And so because of this, during this Corona era, I won every tournament. I was making a lot of money. I was making a lot of money, but actually wasn't making as much money as before. Because it was still the money for getting first at these tournaments, because there were so few people, was about as much as getting third at ESF. And also at this time during the Corona era, my mindset got really good, which is unfortunate because then I could have been winning a lot more tournaments like ESF and other tournaments that happened before Corona. But now, at this point in time, there's no tournaments anywhere. All tournaments have been shut down because of the new wave of Corona. So there's only online, and the online for Smash sucks. So I have 0 money, and I got a car, and I have to pay for gas. So I'm forced to play online, which is not fun. So I would really like Corona to stop doing what it's doing. And then an overview of my whole Smash career. Smash has been my everything for the past 4 years of my life. Probably 5 years by now. And I now know from all the assignments that I did for this writing class that I want to pursue my Smash career all the way through. I want to be able to go as far as my skill will take me. I want to become as best as I can be. And once I realize I'm at my peak, I can't get any better, that is when I will quit. And so yeah, that's the assignment that I did. Also, this picture here, this is from Rough Riders. Rough Riders they're an esports team. They used to have tournaments every month, but then Corona hit, And this is my top 3 picture. I got second at this tournament, and this bag I'm holding, it's for a game. It's a card game, I think. I never opened it, but it was like $45, and it was part of my prize for second. It looked really boring, so I never even took it out of the plastic. It's just sitting in my closet right now. But yeah, that's my life.